Hello and welcome to the XrmToolCast. This will be another dual episode. This is dropping as number 19 on the XrmToolCast, and it's number 71 on the CRM MVP podcast. In this episode, Jonas and I put on our imaginary PM hats and decide what we would do if we were in charge calling the shots at Microsoft and what we'd like to see in the product. Jonas focuses more on the application lifestyle management side of the fence. I focus on pretty much anything technical. So I definitely enjoyed doing this podcast, and I hope you enjoy it as well. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to a special joint episode of the CRM MVP podcast and the XrmToolCast with your hosts, me, Daryl, always raising the bar, and Jonas, who is running out of nicknames rap, I guess. I don't know. Haven't thought of anything today, Jonas.
I have a new nickname on Twitter, by the way. It's Lazy Dev.
Lazy Dev.
Yes.
Jonas Lazy Dev rap.
Yes, that could be me for today.
I like Lazy Dev. Yes, that's my quote. I've always said I'm a lazy developer. If I have to do something twice, it's once too many. So
very close to my heart.
I don't know if I stole that from somebody, but
I stole it from you then.
All right, so yeah. Who knows? But
well,
yes,
that's the core of being a lazy developer. You steal from others.
Yeah, totally, totally, and that's actually that was the one. I had one Twitter post this week that was not at all related to CRM. It was just a post on a game I played called Factorio that was from a dev's perspective about you just got to redo this and refactor it, and redo this, refactor it. And I'm like, dang it, yes, that is totally right. So
yeah, anyway, I read about that game and then I just shut down the browser.
I had at least one person comment that they played the demo and then they never bought it because they knew they wouldn't be able to stop playing it. So, yeah.
Oh, but that's not why we're here.
No, it's not. But we don't have a guest today, so we don't have that healthy banter to go to figure out what the guest is doing. So I figured we'd talk about that. But yes, that is not why we are here. We are here to talk about a kind of a wish list of sorts, I guess you can call it.
Yeah.
What would we do? If we were the PM of a certain area, I would say I know your side. You were able to focus into just one specific thing.
Yes.
I was unable to limit myself to one specific thing, so I'm a little more wide open. So I'm gonna don the PM of platform extensibility. Not that necessarily exists because that's probably a huge umbrella that would encompass. But it's my wish list, so I might as well wish list my own PM role, huh?
Yeah, sure you can. I think I would want to be for today the PM of maybe ALM platform, something like that around that area.
Yeah, so if people do know the product team, that would make me kind of a mini version of a Matt Barber. Although maybe I even have a wider range of roles, I don't know. And then you would be the former MVP, but the person that kind of took over Matt's previous role in that, and that's who's the person that you're kind of mimicking?
I think I would be the mini Shan MacArthur.
Yeah, Shan MacArthur. Yep.
And please don't call us out or blame us for our wish lists here or what we claim that we would do. We know your work is really much more than we look at here, but we take
this is not a critique of hey, you're doing it wrong. This is a if the world was a magic place and we had an infinite amount of time and resources, why don't we just do this?
Yeah. Or is it? Or Yeah. So. Okay. So how should we do this? One at a time, and
let's do one at a time. And I think you've got one more than I do, so I'm going to let you go first and let you finish.
I'll go first. I really can't say this is a prioritized list, but it's just I have a few listed here, so I will start from the top anyway.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
Well, we know since the last few years, all solutions are equal. I mean. The solutions from Microsoft first-party apps and our solutions as ISVs or partners, they're all equal, but then again, some are more equal than others. Because, So
this is talking about what you can or can't do, and before they had some backdoor tricks that they would do that you couldn't do, and now they are in the same sandbox we are in.
Right, they have to play by the
Okay.
same rules,
Yep.
ish. So,
Ish.
but still, there are some system solutions hidden or internal. I don't know how they denote it, but they are there, and well, it happens that I think it's not fair. They're still playing, doing stuff behind the scenes we cannot see. So I'd really like to see all solutions actually being equal. That's what I would aim for. And I also think
Also,
it would make the complexity of the platform a bit easier because there are not different levels. There are not some that are more equal than others.
okay. So what you're saying there then is no backdoors.
No backdoors.
No backdoors. There are no backdoors. To give the same exact handcuffs. Now, are you saying remove the things that they are doing, or are you saying give us the power to do what they are doing?
No, well, remove the backdoor. Make sure that we all play by the
Okay.
same rules.
So you don't care if they have to remove some of the things they are doing, or they give the ability to do some of the things they are doing to us. You don't care which way it is.
No, they don't have to remove it. I mean, I guess it could be
Okay.
rewritten to play by the rules.
All right. So increase the tool case basically, or the tool chest. How many tools you have? Give them the tools that they're using behind the doors that we don't have access to. Give us those tools as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. All right.
Okay.
I like that one. All right. That one. All right. So my first one here is to open source the SDK apps. That's my first thing, to go through and to all these tools that we're using and have been using, and things that we get to write fun little workarounds for and all that kind of fun stuff. Even in the early bound generator, I've had issues with the actual source because I use their CRM service util at the core. I've had issues with that, like with multi-option selects, attributes not working correctly, and I spent 3 or 4 hours trying to write the code workaround where if I had the actual source code, I probably could have fixed it in about 5 minutes. So
Yeah, totally get you. And then another example is the plugin registration tool, toolbox, which is based off of CRM 2011 code when it was still released by Microsoft with the SDKs.
Yeah.
So, well, there's obviously nothing for multi-select option sets there, and a few other things that would be nice to have if someone wants to extend the plugin registration tool to work in XrmToolbox as well, and similar things.
Yeah. Yep. That's another one that would do it. Even like the configuration migration tool could use some things in there that sometimes like, oh, I just wish it would do this, even if it's just a temporary fix or something. It'd be nice to be able to crack it open and tweak it, and then have it do whatever weird, silly thing you need it to do for that particular instance.
Or do the shuffle,
Yes, or do the shuffle. You and your shuffle. So, all right.
Okay.
Well, that's mine.
Yeah. So for my second point on my action list is actually might conflict a bit with the first one, but I really want to get better differentiation between the Microsoft solutions installed, or actually any third-party solution installed, and our own solutions. Because I mean, if you look in a production environment of a customer of ours, and I want to look at custom entities, I get all the entities added by marketing, by customer service, field service, and so on. So I just want to see our custom entities. So some way of flagging that this is from a third party or first party or whatever you call it, and this is from customer specific implementation, to see that the difference between entities or any components in the solutions based on their origin, that would be really nice.
So would the ability to just say, filter by publisher, would that be really what you're asking for then?
You are entirely undermining my argumentation here. Maybe that is what I'm looking for, yes.
Because I'm like, how do you figure out what this third party is, that third party? But yeah, if you could just filter by publisher and say what.
You're totally right there. But I mean, when you work in a system today and you say, okay, no, don't show me everything. I'm drowning here. So just show me the custom stuff, and I'm still drowning. So some way of filtering that in a more granular way. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. I totally get that. All right. So my next one here is maybe it's moving a little bit farther away from what the direction they're going, but something that I've always kind of wished they had.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish that they had a caching service built into the plugin pipeline.
Okay.
And so what that would do, or what that would be, is there would be a way for you to just manage what's in that cache. It could be a simple string key, string value pair.
So
And
something
you could,
shared between all your plugins.
but it's shared amongst all the plugins
Yeah,
in the
not
entire
just the
system.
shared variables within
And
the
it's
pipeline.
brought into memory each time on that server. So that each time the server loads up and starts its IIS process to process the plugins, or the backend process to process the plugins, it would just go through and grab the table, the string value pairs, grab it, and it would load it into memory, and then you can access it from there. You can't change it at all, but it would have the ability so that if you wanted to, you could update the value in the configuration screen and within CDS, and then it would go through and automatically refresh all of the servers.
Yeah.
So that all plugin services. That way you don't have to write any logic to figure out, is it out of date? Do I need to refresh it? Whatever. And it also happens to be handle the issues where each time the plugin loads, it loads in a separate domain. And so if you do happen to mainly try to reproduce this, and you've got the same plugin that's firing for like 4 different entities, each entity is going to have their own separate cache that you have to go hit the database in. So I mean, that's like a small little performance improvement, but it would just be really nice to be able to have that and not have to build that, and to have everybody be able to use that one service. So just a caching
Don't you
service.
think we get at least almost that, or that we will get that with the environment variables? Because I've heard, or I think they will be made available, not in this first release, but be made available for code within plugins and so on.
So
at least I hope that.
Well, you could maybe start from there, or maybe it would be from there, but I'm assuming that you'll need to go and retrieve those values from whatever that entity is that's going to store those environment variables. But if it's not, and it's already there, then great, we've got it. Because there's been lots of times where I'll go and I'll cache an actual value, and I'll just cache it for an hour or whatever, and then realize, oh, that's not the right value, and then I'm kind of stuck. I can't tell the plugin to clear the cache on it. So if we had a caching service that just handled that for us automatically, that would be a big wish list.
I created a lot of configuration controlled functionality, and you always suffer from this then. Okay, I need to read that configuration each and every time. Yep. Totally get it. So next up, if I were a PM of ALM and stuff, I want to be able to have better control of app packages, so that I can see that the solution, a managed solution in my environment, originates from this application. If I've installed some third-party stuff from AppSource, or if I've added first-party apps, I want to see, okay, this solution actually came from within this app package. I don't think there is anything like that today, but I mean, now when you open just any ordinary Dynamics environment, you have like 40 or 300 solutions already in there, and you really cannot tell which came from which module or application that you have installed. So better traceability for solutions in your system.
Okay. All right. I can see that. I haven't had the option of going through and installing a lot of app packages, so I don't think I've felt that pain of it, but I can see that being an issue.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Next, here's a wish list, and this is probably something that's going to end up happening here, I imagine, in the near future, is to completely separate actions from workflows.
Yes.
And because I think you've probably experienced the same joy I have of trying to create an action and saying, all right, give me an input. And the input should be any entity. I don't care what the entity is. You just give me the entity and give me the logical name and the ID of the entity. Great, I'm happy to go. But you can't do that because the whole engine that determines the input parameters for custom action in CDS is tied directly to the workflow engine within CDS that sits on top of the actual Windows workflow that sits beneath CDS. And so that whole process just kills some things you want to do in a very general and dynamic manner.
Yeah.
So being able to define a custom action that isn't tied to the workflow is a wish list. Now, I know we all know workflows are going away. I have a very, very difficult time imagining that actions are going away. So of everything I've listed here, this is probably what I would consider maybe the most likely to actually happen, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Or isn't actions becoming Azure functions?
maybe it is.
Maybe.
But then in that case, then now we have new costs to consider
Yes.
and new services and new and Azure Functions you still won't be able to execute in a transaction, right? So then there's some things that it can't do.
Yeah.
Unless that unless they decide to have a way to pass the transaction token from one server to another server, and I don't think that's possible. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that would be my my next one there. Separate actions from workflows.
And my next one is a bit closer to your domain here.
Okay.
We know since at least 2011 they have replaced a lot of SDK messages with standard, just do an update instead of doing assign or set state and so on. Or
Yep.
I guess assign is sort of on the fence there. But there are still a few or a lot of specialized messages like win and lose opportunity and so on. I would make sure if I were the PM to get rid of all those so we have simple CRUD operations for everything in the SDK.
Okay. Oh, okay. So let me stop you there. So some of them have, I mean, they were the actions before we had actions, right? They were their own backdoor doing things. So like the qualify lead message, that requires some extra information. It's not just a simple CRUD operation.
Yeah.
So how do you propose getting around that then?
I guess it depends on, I mean, what you want to accomplish here. When you want to add more, you need to add more information to the qualify. Yeah, that you add information about should we create contact, should we create account opportunity and so on. I guess, I mean, the same thing could be accomplished by creating an opportunity, linking to the lead and setting some flags on that opportunity to create whatever is needed or some way around. I just think there are ways around this to reduce the complexity of the whole SDK message architecture.
All right, I'll agree with you on some of those, and some of those other ones like, maybe it's better just to have that encapsulated. But, So, well, yeah, okay, all right. But it's your list, so I can't argue I can argue it, I guess, but I can't.
Yeah, but I'm the PM. You can argue all you want.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. All right. Next up, wish list. What I would do is I would provide a TypeScript generator.
Oh.
We live in the world where we have, we're living in CDS as a platform. We have lots and lots of people that haven't went to school for programming that are very gifted as far as intellectually and trying to figure things out, and know that they want to do something very simple and requires just a little bit of code to do it. And I can't imagine how much easier it would be for them if they had a full like TypeScript editor built into the web tool, web administration tool, that had already generated TypeScript definitions behind the scenes that developers could pull out and use as well, but then they have their own little area to play with, and they get all the immediate feedback that TypeScript gives you, being a nice, strongly typed language, that they would miss out in JavaScript. So yeah, that would be my wish, where they would go through and do that, and have it typed even to the forms itself, so that way, when the user is typing in something and they accidentally capitalize a field name wrong or something silly like that, they would catch that and tell them, hey, this is broken, and we'd be able to fix it. So that's my wish list. Provide a TypeScript generator.
Would you want also like a TypeScript editor within the platform? So that
it's actually both. It's a generator and the editor. So I guess a TypeScript generator and editor. So the generator would be something that would be the individual people can use it, and it would be pulled straight into the online editor. But then for the more real devs, whatever, they actually would have ability to go and generate that and pull it into the project and have those definitions, and they wouldn't have to rely on a third party or create their own or whatever. So
yeah, they could just grab a piece of the Visual Studio Online that's I think is in private preview now to get the editor experience there. Yeah, good one.
Now you said Visual Studio Online?
Yes, and they have repurposed the old name for Azure DevOps, which was Visual Studio Online a couple of years ago, for an online version of Visual Studio.
Oh,
so you
all right.
actually
How have I
have
not heard this?
Oh, you haven't? I think it's in private preview right now. So
Okay,
you would have
that's cool.
basically Visual Studio, but within the browser.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That would be a blessing and a curse,
Yeah.
because I have tried to do Canvas app development while traveling, and it's kind of hard to do at times.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in the wide open spaces of America and certain spots of, oh, look at this, I've got no cell phone connection information, so I can't even do any work because I can't do anything locally. It's all in the cloud. So anyway, but yes.
Know that. Okay, we're moving on. Finally, after years and years and years of talk about it, I want IP. I'm going to provide to the platform IP protection for solutions and packages.
IPP. Okay, all right. So intellectual property protection. All right.
Yes, so that the solutions could be supplied and encrypted on somehow, or I mean, the web resources could be protected some way, so that as an ISV, hello, Steve Mordew and other people there. I'm sure Steve is not listening to our podcast, maybe to the CRM MVP podcast.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, we want the IP protection so we can be an ISV and actually, protect our IP.
Okay, so web resources are kind of fun because obviously that has to go to the client in order for that to function. So,
yeah.
So you're saying automatically, at least doing some sort of obfuscation of that code base?
Well, I'm just a PM. I'm not a technical guy. Just fix it.
Oh, that's, I heard very recently somebody complaining about all these meetings they had to attend and they wish they could be more technically focused. So.
No idea. Well, that was before I went into my other persona here.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was the lazy dev rap.
Okay. All right. The lazy dev rap wanted that, but the PM rap
I'm the PM.
is different.
I'm actually wearing a shirt today as well, just for this podcast recording.
All right. So that would include as well, I'm guessing, not allowing you to download plugins as well.
Yeah, if that's the only way to prevent, what do you call it, when you reverse engineer some So, maybe that's the solution to that part as well.
Yeah, the only time that becomes negative, and I don't know how many times you've done it, but I think I've done it 2 or 3 times, is go into a client. They say, hey, someone came in here, they created this, and things went sour, and they aren't going to give us the source code, and we need you to change this.
I hear a lot of stories like that from your side of the world.
Well, I think it's because, I don't know, maybe there's a lot more single people out there doing crazy things here than there are there. Maybe there's more.
We're only married
more
people
structure.
doing crazy things here.
I meant single, like individuals, not companies.
Okay,
all right. Yes, this is not a dog on people that aren't married. No. But yes, it's good call out. The single individuals that are by themselves rather than a company, going through and doing stuff like that. And maybe I don't know. Maybe maybe the pricing is a lot easier to find people that are willing to work for half the price at that than an actual business. I don't know. That's a good point. But yeah, so I think I've had 2 or 3 times where I've had to walk in and, hey, we need you to fix this.
That's a fringe case. So we want IP protection.
So I would be all on board with that suggestion as long as they had a way of saying that you could contact Microsoft and say, hey, I want this one particular DLL, and it was created by so and so, whatever, and they'd be able to give you that thing.
Yeah.
Like that would be my one sort of.
That's reasonable. Your wish is granted.
Yeah. Yes. Awesome. Yes. PM's wonderful.
Yeah, this one today he's in a good mood.
All right. Okay, my next one here. Allow. This is going to be my one. Actually, no, this will be my 2. I got actually 2 Canvas app ones. This will be my first one here. So, allow JavaScript to be in Canvas apps just directly with an API to manipulate what's in the Canvas apps.
Okay.
I know you can do the lovely Scott Rowe posted workaround of creating a PCF control, importing that into the Canvas app, and then feeding it text that then is parsed into JSON and operates. So you can go through
when you
and
say
do that.
workaround, you actually mean like strictly prohibited illegal hack?
I don't think there's anything illegal about it, though.
Well,
It's
this should
just
be.
it's just extremely ugly hack. Yeah,
Yes.
like it's unmaintainable. It's like, yeah, it's yeah. You'd never really ever really want to do it unless there's that one time where you need to do one little JavaScript thing and you end up doing it. But
and you're
yeah.
that single guy who did it and then
Well,
disappears.
no, I have not done it yet.
Okay.
I have amazingly, I've done well, but no. Yeah. So there are so many times where like, oh, I wish I had a for loop or something to go through and process these things, and there are hacks you can do, or oh, I wish I had a function that I could call, or I pass in parameters, and then I
Just
don't have to have
create
all
a
this
button and
duplicated
write
code.
something in the onSelect event and call
Yeah,
that button and put
and
it
I
on a
do all
hidden
that I
screen.
do all that I can in that, Jonas, and I've come up with new crazy ideas about how to handle that. But no, there's still things that don't happen. There's still things that don't work correctly.
Yeah.
Unless you've yeah. So yeah, it would the whole world can be solved with JavaScript, right? So they had the Canvas app, and then they had the API to interact with it, just like we do on the model apps driven side of the fence, where we can say, hey, move this form or show this field. I mean, yeah, just give us that same API. So we don't have to be able to. We're not going to touch the actual HTML or whatever else doing beneath it, but give us the ability to access that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what I would do.
So, on to my next, I guess. If I were the PM of like the entire platform and half the universe, I would not wait further than by tomorrow noon, there would be the flag to say you cannot import any unmanaged solutions into this environment because it's a production environment. And that flag would be by default on. And if you uncheck it, you will get a disclaimer the size of 3 screens. Saying, are you really sure? Okay, I'm sorry, this is also going on the CRM MVP podcast. Sorry, Gus, we will get that flag. Do not import unmanaged solutions into production. And it's for your own good.
Oh, man.
I'll fix that by tomorrow noon.
Yeah, well, well, you did say that you had a way to turn it off, though. So I think Gus is okay with that, from what I know.
Yeah, it's for Gus and Neil. It's a special button for.
Oh, it's only for Gus
and Neil.
So
yeah,
Gus,
and for Neil Benson as well.
It's Gus and Neil and non-PM wrap button.
Yes.
There's special rules that just allow them to be able to go through and do what they need to do. I like it.
Yep.
I like it. Not that I would use it, but I like it. All right. Next one here. This is kind of a dumb ask, but it's not an ask. This is what I'm going to do, Darren. I'm PM. I'm doing this thing. This is not me asking. I'm doing it as a PM.
You can do
it. Go through and actually provide a methodology for creating a modal window in model-driven apps. So to be able to actually, through JavaScript, have a supported, easy way of popping up a modal and doing some sort of interaction on that, or showing something on that, and not having to do any unsupported workarounds like I've been doing for the last 8-ish years.
Yeah. So like a modal dialog where you prompt for something or you confirm something.
Yes, a modal dialog where you can put your own web resources on it, and you can put your own, do whatever you want. It would probably make sense just to have a simple one that allows you just to put some text on it that you wouldn't have to do any coding for. Or then, if you wanted to do a little bit more, you can have a more sandbox one where you can do whatever you want to put in there. But yeah, just give us a way to make it look like we're a part of the actual app, which we are, and that we can, do stuff like that. Because there's so many times that stuff like really, really has helped. Like I was on a project where they wanted to click a button and schedule something. Well, they didn't want to go to a different screen. They just wanted to click the button to schedule it and go back. That would be perfect to pop up there and all that kind of fun stuff. So yes, that is what I would do. Is I would create a way to make it, because it already exists. It's already there. Some of the
We see it.
Yeah, we see it. The alert.js library, for example, like that it's there. It looks totally supported, and most of it is supported, but some of it is not.
Yeah.
And so
we're back to my first issue there. All solutions,
backdoors.
Everything. We're all equals, but some are more equal than others.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but you're talking about ALM. I'm talking about the good stuff. No one cares about ALM.
Yeah, I want that too. And I guess you don't want to do the Nick Dolman way of creating a Canvas app that you're using as a dialogue in some way. He's been talking about a bit.
Yeah, no, not really. No, I just want to be able to do my own.
Yeah.
I've got the tools. Give me the power.
I'm voting for your idea there.
All right, you're voting for it. Cool. All right. Yeah. Is that the only one you're voting for? You don't care about the other ones?
No, I think you have good ideas. You'll make an excellent PM.
I am an excellent PM.
You are. Yes, you are, Daryl.
All right, I did add another one when I was talking to you, so I'll let you go, and then I will actually finish up. Okay. So this is your last one, correct? Yeah,
it's my last one, unless I figure something more out while you're talking. But yeah, right. And this one, I'm a bit on thin ice here, but I know for the F&O side of things, I'm sorry if I'm cursing here on the show.
I'll blur it out. It's okay.
Yeah, blur it out.
Actually, that'd be funny if I did bleep it out.
Yeah. Okay. The part of Dynamics, there's something called LCS, Lifecycle Services, which is sort of used, as I understand, to handle the full delivery ALM process and everything around it. And I would love to see something similar for the Power Platform, the Dynamics, the CRM side of things for Azure DevOps, so that you have from Azure DevOps side, you have a more native understanding of Power Platform and what you can do with it, how you use it, and you will have automation templates. So, I mean, now you can create build pipelines and release pipelines and so on, but you have to start from scratch. I want templates for that to make it easier for people. I'm going to create templates for that to make it easier. And a wizard like if you just click next, finish to get CI/CD automation. Help all these manually working poor people to get to a healthy state. The healthy state that the not the mini Shan, but the real Shan is talking about so much. The healthy ALM state. But we need help to do that, and I think templates and the wizards and stuff could get us a long way on that path.
Right. And you mentioned the acronym there, CIC. You said
CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery.
Continuous delivery. All right.
So CI is the build automatically when something has happened or on a schedule, and CD is deploy it here and there every Friday night or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, all right. That's the big thing. That's I think that's the hardest part, and think people that don't just get started with that because there's too much to consume and too many questions of how do I do this the right way.
Yeah.
Right.
It's too difficult to get started.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So having those templates and having that smooth wizard process to at least get you something.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be exactly what you want because you don't know what you want yet because you don't know what you want yet. You just haven't spent the time doing it. But that would be awesome. I may actually start using it.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, I'm with you on that one. So my final one here that I've got written down is if I was the PM, I would eliminate the noisy diffs.
Oh.
Both in the. I'm surprised you didn't have this, Mr. ALM.
No, because I fixed it yesterday.
Yes, nice. But the noisy diffs not only in the CDS solutions, but also in the Canvas app packager solutions.
The Canvas app packager. That's
I'm sorry. I meant the Canvas app. And the Canvas app export.
But isn't that the same thing? I mean, Canvas apps are distributed through solutions, and the Canvas apps being unpacked, I don't think we have it yet, but I assume it's coming very soon or anytime.
I wish, but I mean, so I mean, the Canvas app packager has done the hard work of taking. Well, let's back up just a little bit, make sure our listeners know what the heck's going on here. So, if you have a Canvas app and you export that using the preview, it's in preview. It's been preview for since I started using it. I don't know how long, 6-7 months. Since I started using it, it's probably been there for a lot more than that. But export and it says preview mode, so you export it, and it comes in with a little bit of JSON data, and then it comes in inside that JSON data is this giant MS app file, and what it is an actual zip file, but it's not just a normal zip file. You can't just unzip it and then rezip it and package it together like in Windows and expect it all to work. Right. It's a zip file where it's listed the entries in the file explicitly. And so, which is, I didn't know why the heck they did that until I finally found out there was a way to do that that actually allows you to unzip a file outside of the directory in which you're unzipping it to.
Okay.
So if you imagine you're under, C my application, and then you unzip your file in my application, because of that directory structure, it can actually say, hey, I want you to go outside my application to my other application and put something there when you unzip it. So I think that's the reason why they did it, but because they did it that way, it's not compatible with the standard methodologies of Windows. So anyway, that's this MS app file. It's really hard to pull apart. It's really hard to put back together. It has to be code. You can't do any other open tools to go through and do that stuff. So, but once you do that, giant JSON file. So CDS side of the fence is XML. This is JSON. And then the joy of that is there are tons. I think I've got like 8 or 9 that I've actually gone through and hard coded to go through and remove the noisy diffs, where they're just incrementing numbers for the sake of incrementing numbers. They have like a timestamp on all these controls. Okay. Why they have a timestamp, I don't know, but they have it in. I probably just to see what's newer or older, but it updates every single time whether you touch it or not, and they put it all in that same spot, which is so annoying. So yeah, remove all those noisy diffs, and if you need, and probably just put the noisy diffs in a single section that you can ignore for the rest of it.
Fix it.
But yeah,
now.
Yeah, fix it. Yep. So and even parsing that big giant file, they don't do that either. So that's another thing that would be done as part of that, is be able to parse it all and know noisy diffs and see what the heck's going on and be able to see what's changed and look where code is being used, all kind of fun stuff. So yep, that's my my final one. Did you come up with any other ones you want to add besides, of course, my noisy diff ones?
Well, there are the obvious things that we're working on here at the product team, like flows when you transport those through solutions, and they lose the connections, and you have to like edit them and to set the connection, or you don't touch them and they look broken but they still work, and well, everything around that is going to get fixed under me.
All right. Cool.
That's just my bonus thing, but I figured of course it's happening. Everyone knows that we're going to fix it. Can't have it the way it is now.
Yep. And my bonus, I just actually thought of one, which is it's nice, is to have the ability to consume custom actions from Canvas apps.
Yeah, we haven't built that yet.
Yeah, right, that's not there. So I was wanting to call a custom action recently, and I was like, oh yeah, this doesn't exist. Luckily enough, I did a simple workaround of just creating an attribute on a field for entity, and when I called it, it would go through and do the whole. It would call my plugin, everything would work the way it's kind of the pre-action workaround. But it kind of made sense to have that field on there anyway. They wanted to have that data on there anyway, so it wasn't like it was anything different to put on there. But I know there are going to be more changes coming down where they're going to want to be able to do something. And I'm like, I just want to be able to trigger something within a custom action in CRM to do that, and there's not a good way to do that.
It's great to hear you're fixing it.
Yes, yeah, it's gonna be fixed. That's gonna come out this week. Yeah, not that I'm
awesome.
Doing that. So yes, yep. So those are what we would do as a PM. As a PM in different areas. I'm not sure if we'd be the best ones, but we'd be the best looking ones, right? So.
Absolutely, totally.
That was
So if anyone out there has any opinions of what we would rather focus on as peaks within the ALM and dev extensibility areas, please give us a call, shout out on Twitter at XrmToolCast, or send us an email, cast@xrmtoolbox.com.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us what you would do.
Tell us what we missed. Tell us what you would do, and we'll have fun imagining the dream world of what would be like if we had all the power and time to do everything we want to do.
Yeah. It was fun being a PM.
It's fun being a PM. It is. Yeah. It is.
Take care, everyone.
Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
This has been the XrmToolCast with Jonas Rapp and Daryl Labar. If you have any questions for Jonas or I, or suggestions for future episodes, please send them to cast@xrmtoolbox.com or tweet to XrmToolCast.